It is 8 p.m. and here are our top stories.
It's almost time for Colorado kids to head back to school, but historic inflation is sending the price of school supplies sky high.
I haven't even started. I haven't even prepared because it's just, the budget is barely there.
See how some Colorado communities are helping students get the supplies they need.
I didn't think it would ever happen to me.
Plus, residents in one Aurora neighborhood say a nearby intersection is too dangerous.
They have residents of this community begging. A simple stop sign would make a huge difference.
Now they're demanding something gets done before another person is hurt.
Well, welcome to Denver 7 News on Local 3. We're going to kick things off with that record-breaking heat we saw today in Denver, which I would know about because I refused to go outside today.
That was a good choice.
Stay
Meteorologist Stacey Donaldson joining us now. Stacey, luckily that heat won't be sticking around for the weekend.
It won't. We're going to cool things off, but the record today, 101, smashing the previous record of 99 set back in the 1800s. Now, this is our fifth 100-degree day this summer. The record amount of 100-degree days is from 2012. We had 13 of them, so we're not quite on record track for that. But we do have scattered showers here across the state, especially up in the high country where we have had some flash flood warnings. At this point, things are very quiet here around the metro area. A few sprinkles down on the south side, but we did have a landspout tornado earlier today around 3:45. It was on the ground for about 7 minutes and then passed on to the north. Now, down south, we have a couple of flash flood warnings here, one near Silver Cliff and one north of Center. With the showers that have been moving through, we've seen very heavy rain in short periods of time, so something to keep an eye on tonight. Now, our overnight lows will be in the 60s with clearing late in the evening, and we have quite a bit of cloud cover here now, but we are going to cool things off for the weekend. I'll have the forecast for Saturday and Sunday, let you know how much rain we're expecting coming up.
Thank you, Stacey. Well, for many Colorado kids, summer vacation is about over and it's almost time to head back to school. Sorry. But that also means for the parents, they have to buy a whole bunch of school supplies.
And unfortunately, inflation is making that pretty difficult right now, with the National Retail Federation estimating families will spend an average of $864 this year. As Denver 7's Rob Harris shows us, some Colorado communities are stepping up to help those in need.
The infamous clarinet, very expensive rental, but we sacrifice and try to make it work so that she can keep playing.
Back to school time is often tough money-wise for families, and this year it's even more so.
I haven't even started. I haven't even prepared because it's just, the budget is barely there. The budget really is barely there.
Gina Sturm says she's been cutting corners as best she can all summer to prepare for her teen daughter's back-to-school needs. But she says gas and groceries alone have left her in a tough spot.
I would find myself constantly trying to find the cheapest deal or find flyers or advertisements to help save and try to really catch those deals when you can.
According to finance website The Balance, inflation is hitting school shopping lists hard.
Honestly, just about everything is going to be more expensive when it comes to the back to school shopping.
Lunch will be more expensive too. Lunch meat's up 18% from last year. Sports equipment is up 8%. Musical instruments 6%, and back-to-school clothes will cost you more. Boys' clothes up 7% from last year, and girls' clothes up 2%.
If you are someone who perhaps has less income, has less savings, you now have to spend more and more of that paycheck, more and more of your income on things that you have to buy.
To help make ends meet, several organizations are stepping up to help. The Sturm family is getting ready for school thanks to Hope, Connection, and Community in Arvada, which helps students to get the supplies and clothes they need to feel their best through donations.
They provided book bags filled with some basic needs supplies. Each child was given a gift card to go shopping. As a mom, it was just very rewarding. Like, I was glad that somebody was there to reach out too.
And Denver 7 is giving back this weekend too, with a lot of help from you. Thanks to generous donations, plus a match from Denver 7 and the Scripps Howard Foundation, we've been able to gather more than $45,000 worth of backpacks and school supplies for families and students in need in our community. There are 4-hour Pack a Backpack events this weekend. We've got distribution sites throughout the city. So for the information and times of those events, you can head to thedenverchannel.com. For Denver 7, I'm Rob Harris.
Thank you, Rob. And it's not too late to help out. Hope Connection and Community is accepting donations as they get ready for a shopping spree next weekend. So if you would like to donate, we have a link on this story on our website, thedenverchannel.com.
That first day of school is coming up quick. The first Metro District back this year is Douglas County Schools starting this Monday, August 8th. Aurora and Adams 14 start the next day. 27J and Greeley Evans also start next week. Our largest districts, Jeffco and Denver, start later in the month.
Well, let's not forget college students who are also getting ready to head back to school soon. Actually, CSU says that it is seeing record-breaking enrollment this year. Fortunately, though, that means between 400 and 500 students won't be able to live in the dorms. Instead, they will move into a Best Western across the street from campus. However, CSU says that they are confident that they can provide the same kind of safety and security at the hotel as they do on campus.
And it's a good problem to have. I know it feels really hard to say that, and it really is demonstrating that students want to come to CSU, that they want to come to college.
They'll have the same access to RAs, the CSU community, having the independence, walking to class, and hopefully enjoying their first year of college successfully.
And they'll have unlimited access to an ice machine. Hotel humor. Sorry, there's always an ice machine on every floor, you know. Now, normally the school would have enough dorms for all students, but one of the largest dorms, Westfall Hall, is undergoing renovations. Those are expected to finish by next fall.
Police are looking for the driver who swerved onto a sidewalk in Aurora, hitting and killing a 41-year-old man and his 2 dogs. That driver ran away. This horrific crash happened overnight near Reservoir and Mansfield, just south of Hampton and Tower. Officers say the person who did this was driving a Toyota Sequoia, which was left at the scene. They say the SUV wasn't reported stolen, and they're working to contact the owner. Coming up tonight on Denver 7 News at 10, we'll tell you what we know so far about the victim and how his best friend is reacting to this tragedy.
Well, residents in one Aurora community say that the intersection outside their homes is extremely unsafe, and they reached out to Denver 7 after yet another crash, this time ending in the death of a woman on a motorcycle.
Denver 7's Amy Wattis joins us live here in the studio. Amy, they say that they keep pushing local leaders for change with no success.
That's right, Jessica. And the intersection is in the Cross Creek community of Aurora at North Catawba Way and East 6th Parkway. And there are no crosswalks or traffic signals there, but residents say something needs to be done before someone else gets hurt or killed. It's an intersection Julia Wilson knows all too well.
Someone coming out of the neighborhood wasn't using their blinker, assumed they were going straight. They didn't go straight. They turned right into me on 6th Avenue.
Thankfully, Wilson and her young son weren't hurt.
I didn't think it would ever happen to me.
Wilson's not the first person to be involved in a crash here. Aurora police gave Denver 7 these stats, saying that 3 crashes happened at the intersection of Catawba and 6th in 2021, a mix of serious, minor, and accidents with no injuries. And 2 in 2022, one of them being a hit and run with minor injuries. Cross Creek resident and president of the Neighborhood Association, Gerald Lane, says traffic has gotten worse here over the years due to high growth east of the community.
This is a high volume intersection. I know that the city has done traffic studies and they say that it's really not.
Lane took matters into his own hands and submitted this traffic calming application to the city of Aurora.
Started the application about 2 years ago, and our response to the application was there was not enough traffic and the speeds are not excessively on this road.
The speed limit is posted at 45 miles per hour. Lane says people go faster than that. Wilson has brought her concerns to him and says other people have reached out to the city with no luck.
We have a pool right across the way. People are constantly driving or walking to that. There's not even a crosswalk here.
She's hoping something can be done soon as summer winds down and the school year approaches.
They have residents of this community begging. A simple stop sign would make a huge difference.
Denver 7 reached out to the city of Aurora. Public Safety's deputy director told us the intersection has been evaluated by city staff multiple times over the past 3 years. The city says they are moving forward with plans to design a traffic signal there. Live in the studio, Amy Wattis, Denver 7.
Thank you, Amy. Well, a Loveland police officer will spend less than 2 months in jail for her role in the violent arrest of a woman in her 70s. Daria Jalali was sentenced to 45 days for standing by and watching that assault. Jalali will also serve 3 years of probation and complete community service. During today's sentencing, the defense played a 12-minute clip of Karen Gardner's 2020 arrest, and we spoke to Gardner's family afterwards.
I still don't feel any remorse from her. I feel like she's still kind of a little bit proud of herself still.
You know, it's been very stressful over the last few years, so we're just glad that we're at this point finally. 2 years, long time. I know, a lot of families deal with a lot of crime that goes on, far past this, and it was rough enough for us to go through it.
Last September, the Gardner family settled a lawsuit against the city of Loveland for more than $3 million. And then in May, the other officer involved in Gardner's arrest was sentenced to 5 years in prison.
Senate Democrats say their new bill will help ease inflation.
This legislation will save lives, create jobs, reduce costs, and reduce inflation.
But not everyone is convinced it's enough to bring the economy back.
The Democrats are at it again, trying to raise taxes and increase government spending.
Plus, the monkeypox vaccine is in short supply, and health officials are worried there's not enough. Now they're working to see how far they can stretch those doses.
We learn new things about vaccines, about treatments, about dosing, and that's what the FDA is looking at right now.